Grace and peace, family. Grace and peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. My hotel. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm so pleased you've joined me on my own channel here at VickiDillard.tv. I am independent Black grassroots media. I use alternative media, multiple fields to seed my message to the world. After years of helping to build other large platforms, I'm doing it for myself now. So some of you all have not been able to find me. So please let the world know that they can find their sister with the curly braids weekdays here on my own channel at VickiDillard.tv, or you can reach me at Vicki Dillard TV on YouTube directly. Also, I do give weekly commentary on another large platform at African Diaspora News Channel. Just FYI, thank you so much for joining us today. For those of you that haven't, as you come in, do me a big favor, would you? As you come in, please come in giving us a big thumbs up, thumbs up. Give us a big thumbs up, and share this broadcast. Thank you so very much. Shout out to the family that's coming in right now. Thank you all for sharing. As I mentioned so many times before on my new channel, rarely does the notifications go out. So when you, at the bottom of your screen, copy and paste the link and share it to others, you make it more likely for folks to know that your sister with the curly braids is live. So thank you all so very much for share. Okay, on the count of three. Hi, Instagram family. I see some folks on Instagram piling on in, but on the count of three, family, I want you all to hit that thumbs up button and share. Copy the link and share it to others, okay? Let them know that I'm here. You can text it, you can email it to someone, you can post it on your social media platforms as well, okay? Whatever means you deem appropriate to let the world know. Instagram, you can get ready to come on over to VickiDillard.tv. That's Vicki Dillard TV on YouTube, because I'm going to use this device here in just a moment. Okay, on the count of three, you all share. Thumbs up, thumbs up. 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share. Thank you so very much, dear family. By the way, you can follow me on Instagram later at Vicki X Dillard. That's Vicki X Dillard. My name is spelled VICKI. Vicki X Dillard. Talk black to me, somebody. There are no E's in my name. There are no Y's in my name. There are no double K's in my name. My name is not short for Victoria. My mama said I didn't look like a Victoria. My name is spelled VICKI. Talk black to me, somebody. So anyway, dear family, I want to briefly get in today's brief war briefing. Now, certainly you have been hearing about what's going on nonstop, what's been going on with our brother Ye, formerly known as Kanye West. We respect his name. Talk black to me. Now, y'all know my Mississippi comes out and I end up pronouncing it 3, 4, 5 different ways. Somebody commented on one of my platforms. Somebody said, Vicki, they had the nerve to make some diacritical marks so that I could pronounce the name right. I said, look, that's my Mississippi that comes out. But thank you. I say it both ways. Talk black to me, especially when I be in the heat of my conversation. It just come all out. Y'all know I got a Victionary, and Victionary's got different words, my own book of words. So sometimes I be saying yay, and then other times I be saying ye. But I'll try to keep it to yay and not get too excited, okay? Talk black to me. Don't hold it against me. Anyway, family, y'all hit that thumbs up button for me. Share. Again, VickiDillard.tv. Also, my main platform, which is my yummy website. Be sure to get on my email list at VickiPlanet.com. That's VickiPlanet.com. Yes, baby. Vicki Planet. I don't have just a regular little city and county and state. I'm too much to be that, baby. I got a whole planet. Talk black to me. Welcome to my world. You'll see my yummy spiritual courses and all kinds of products and services that I'm providing. And I'm just getting started. Again, that's VickiPlanet.com. Enough with announcements. Now, back back to Yay. Somebody say Yay. Making sure I'm pronouncing his name right. Well, what's happening with our brother Yay is really causing what has been written about to come to pass. It has been prophetically, it's been prophesied, it's been foretold long ago that there would be a divine separating. You often hear me use the scriptural analogy of separating the wheat from the tare. Tare, that's an old English word. Also, another word that's used, the wheat from the chaff, chaff. What is chaff and what is tares? A tare, thank you for your kind compliments, beloved. Somebody said this Kill Bill, honey. Look, it might be something about round that ram. Talk black to me. Y'all know I ain't normal and regular. Y'all know I'll show up with some gloves in a minute. I done did that a couple of different times. Might throw a hat on, a big fat ring to cover up the whole screen. Talk black to me. I'm a goddess. I come the way I feel. Talk black to me. But thank you for your kind compliments, sis. You know how we do, girl. But anywho, watch this. So, Yay has really caused and set the world on fire in some very, very interesting ways. When we talk about the separating the wheat from the chaff or the wheat from the tare, a tare or chaff is just another word for a weed, W-E-E-D, that looks like wheat. For those of you that are unfamiliar with the spiritual story, there was a landowner who sent out his workers to sow seed in his large farm or garden. Yes? When they planted, the seeds that they planted were seeds of wheat. But shortly after they planted, they noticed, as in the beginning stages of it starting to shoot up, that there were tares that were sown among the wheat. So when they told the landowner, Master, there are tares that are growing up with the wheat, he said immediately that an enemy has done this. Y'all sit down somewhere and listen to this spiritual analogy, because I can't use regular logic with y'all, because using logic with you make you miss the point sometimes. And because we as a people are more than what meets the eye, talk black to me, you don't have to be religious to get what I'm talking about. You're the original man and woman. We're interdimensional beings, whether you believe it or not, whether you know it or not, whether you know how to activate your supernatural powers or not. We've always been more than what meets the eye. We're not just mere logicians. You don't get no brownie points because you can read a newspaper and articulate what you read. You need some other knowledge that comes from another realm that's going to shape your reality on earth in ways that they presently do not. And besides, what you got to show for your regular smegular 3D matrix bound knowledge? Too many people's lives are in a catastrophe. God, today. So you ain't got no business mocking nobody's spirituality. Funny looking self. Get to the point, Vicki. Okay. So the landowner, when his workers came to him and told him, look, there are tares or weeds that look like wheat that's popping up amongst the wheat, the landowner said, an enemy has done this. Y'all better listen. I said the landowner said an enemy has done this because they knew they only sowed good seed. So it was an opposer that snuck in to sow weeds among the wheat to destroy the harvest. So his workers said, well, let us go now and pull up the bad seeds. Let's pull up the wheat. I mean, the weeds. Guess what? The owner said, don't do that. Y'all better listen. Let me help some of you. The owner said, don't do that right now. He says, because if you pull up the weeds that look like wheat, also known as tares or chaff, you might destroy the actual wheat. He said, let them grow up together. Lord have mercy. He said, let them grow up together. And then at harvest time, when the wheat is fully matured and safe to harvest, we'll separate them. And then we're going to throw the weed. We're going to put the weeds together and set it on fire. For those of you that don't understand what's happening in the world, there is a separation that's happening first amongst our own people. And thank God for yay. Because some of you have lost your ever-loving minds, if you ever had one. Some knuckleheads have accused me all over social media of being a celebrity fan, a yay fan. You are ignorant. And you are short-sighted if you believe that's what I'm doing. Y'all's funny-looking self still call Jim Crow Joe Biden, who is the architect of some of the most recent anti-Black legislation in American history. Some of you can say, well, I didn't vote for him, or I didn't like him, or I did vote for him, but I called him out. Let me help you understand something. If you still call him Mr. President, and you still demanding substantive legislation from a Democratic Party, that means you forgave him. He did way more damage, not only him, but the anti-Black business predators that not just Ye called out by name, but Michael Jackson dropped their name in his music. Prince showed up to a music awards show with the word slave on his face because he was beefing with these same people. Minister Farrakhan been called him out. Wrote historical books backing up why certain groups of people have been anathema to Black society, and y'all gonna play dumb. So y'all gonna point to one or two things that this knucklehead Ye did as if there's not a bigger devil. Your immaturity keeps us behind the so-called 8-ball that you don't want to say 8-ball because it represents an anti-Black analogy. But the reason Black folks are behind schedule is because you are majoring on minors and minoring on majors. Your immaturity focuses on what he said and what he wore 2 or 3 times. You have none of the equivalent energy for the art forces that are responsible for your undoing. Now, before I go further, do not use the J word in the chat, because we're not talking about disrespecting a group of people. We're not talking about hating on nobody. Talk Black to me. But more than that, I want to get my point across, and I can get my point across without even saying the word. Now, before I go further, who is the sweetest, kindest, most empathetic people on the planet? Put it in the chat. What group of people who have experienced the longest war, moving into 500 years most intently? What group of people have been burned at multiple stakes? You sitting there talking about Calvary from 2,000 years ago when we got multiple Calvaries right here in these United States. We were forced to learn about Joan of Arc being burned at the stake. But my God, we've got multiple stakes where your Black mothers and fathers were put on a stake, set on fire. They dismembered their body parts, and some of your oppressors ate them. Some of your oppressors remove the unborn bodies of their black babies and use the bottom of their boot to crush their skulls. Some of them shoved them in barrels with stakes and other substances inside and rolled them down a hill while the stakes inside the barrel were killing them. They removed the skins from your black mothers and fathers. I was raised in Mississippi in a household initially with my mom and my dad. When they split up, it was my maternal grandparents and my mom. And my old school Mississippi grandparents would talk about the phrase, skin you alive. That's what they did to us. Our story is one. I'm already screaming and can't calm down. Well, they put a beast on the left side of us. They put a beast on the right side of us. They tarred and feathered us. They slapped the beast and told the beast to go in different directions to rip our body parts. Don't you tell me about no catastrophe, the worst humanitarian crisis on the planet, until you talk about the Black Holocaust. We were forced to learn about the German Holocaust. And we sympathize with that tragedy. We acknowledge that tragedy. It's not about whether we acknowledge yours. It's about why haven't you learned about ours? Y'all got reparations. Watch this. Oh, beautiful. What is the next word? Oh, spacious skies. What's the next one? Oh, the amber waves of grain. For purple mountains, majesty. This America. Watch this. Let me help you real quick. Y'all want to talk to us about Nazis. You want us to believe that the Nazis were the worst torture police on the planet. I asked this question because I'm a teacher on Twitter. Shout out to my little Twitter page. My tweet where I exposed Charlamagne the fraud, saying the exact same thing a few years ago that Ye said, just hit over 1 million views. Talk black to me. When y'all haters try to shut me down, when y'all try to limit me, when Negroes stop trying to replay the Vicki show on different platforms, and when y'all hate and do your little weird stuff, Spirit will open up a little seed in one little place or another. That's always been my power, is I seed in multiple fields. Talk black to me. That's why I'm doing my book, music, and in person. You ain't gonna be able to stop nothing over these parts, baby. Why am I bringing this up? You talk about the Nazis. I asked this question on Twitter the other day. I said, where did Hitler get his inspiration for eugenics, genocide, torture tactics from? Why you talking to me about a Nazi? Where did Hitler get the big ideas from, Slowness? Put it in the chat. Y'all got it twisted up in this piece. Kanye ain't even, formerly Kanye, Ye ain't even relevant right now. He pimping y'all. No, silly. The spirit realm is pimping him. Let me help you understand something. We was in dirty down south Mississippi. We know about big, fat, juicy, ridiculous rodents. Unfortunately, I had to deal with some of them rodents on lines and stuff. Different kinds of roaches and rats and mice and stuff on social media too. But I digress. Sometimes rodents are hiding in the cracks and the crevices. Y'all better listen. Because you don't get this. Let me help catch your mind up to speed. I'm going to get back to Hitler in a minute. Some of y'all putting the right answers in the chat. Somebody saying Margaret Sanger, she's just one. I said, where did Hitler? Yeah, he did. That she's related. That's true. That's true. Let me go and answer that before I move on. Hitler got his ideas from America. So before you say cry me a river over these disgusting Nazis who were wrong for oppressing the German white Jews, cry us a river because he got his idea from America where they was torturing black people. Sit your funny looking self down. Do your history. Funny looking self. Talking about Hitler. Hitler was a devil. But who he got his ideas from, don't they, or should they be called devils too? God, today. Got it from America, slowness. Now let me get back to these rats and roaches. Somebody put a roach in the chat in one mouse. God, today. I'm a teacher. My students learn different ways. Don't worry about whether or not Vicki is crazy and how I use to teach. I'm effective and I'm a miracle worker because I know what to do. You don't get no brownie points because you can sound academic and professorial, and you can you good at making a subject verb agreement, and you can pronounce the diacritical marks properly. That's the problem with you official Negroes. You are ineffective. You too slow, and that's why Spirit don't use you half the time. Let me help you with the rats and the roaches. Shout out to Instagram who's letting the roaches and rats come through. Shame on YouTube because they blocking everybody that's putting rats and roaches in the chat. In Mississippi, on the outside of the house, y'all, they had roaches as big as, y'all see it, these big, what would we call them roaches? They fly. Do y'all know about them big roaches? They're so tough, they survive outside. They survive. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Where am I down south? Water bugs. That's some of the names. Somebody else said pimento bugs. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Somebody else said cockroaches. Y'all, I know y'all think you too bougie to know about this, but I'm trying to make a point here. Them suckers so big they fly. They in the realm of the owls and the crows and stuff. About to be a eagle up in this month. Sucker so big. We be outside and stuff like that, and all of a sudden something go flying. It be on the wall, all outside, and then you get to moving. That thing going, shoot. Like, my God, is that a bird? Y'all got my, look, this, my curly braids is wild all over the place. My hair don't never look the same, the before and after. You would never thought I'd brush my hair. Watch this. Thumbs up, share. Listen. Let me tell you something. Those are different kinds of rodents and bugs, right? But then there are mice. Other kind of rodents. What I know for sure down south, when we experience some of these rodents, sometimes we had to call a professional to come smoke the house. What y'all know about smoking the house? Why did they do that? Sometimes when you call, what's the name of some of them companies, y'all, that do the rodents and bugs and stuff? The Terminators and stuff. What's some of them companies? Fumigation, somebody said. Yeah, what's the name of some of them companies? Put some of them companies in the chat. Watch this. Sometimes you got to do something to draw out the roaches and the rats that's hiding. Are y'all following my analogy? Somebody said Orchid and Terminex. Thank y'all. Orchid and Terminex up in this piece. Pest control. That's right. Pest control. Orchid. We're going to call Kanye pest control. I love you, Ye. But you pest control today. Ye is the Terminex. Ye is Orchid. Okay? I mean this with all loving kindness. I'm not going to disrespect your brother. I'm not like y'all that's tripping over. I don't trip over one little small enemy. I give him that everlasting work. I do public shows talking about him and tell him where he missed it. But God knows I'm not going to let the bigger enemy get by. Watch this. Yay is Orkin. Yay is the Terminex. Yay is the pest control. What do you mean, Vicki? Sometimes the enemies are hiding in cracks and crevices within proximity, but you can't see them. You need something to bring them out of hiding. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Instagram, get ready to come over to VickiDillard.tv. He's the raid up in this mug. He's the cheese on the mousetrap. Slowness. You all don't like the fact that Spirit is using a messy vessel. But that shows your ignorance to how the divine moves, which is why you need to join my spiritual course at VickiPlanet.com so that you can be in the know. What do you mean, Vicki? If you read the Sunday school version of Joseph and his brothers, the reason why I say Sunday school version, because when I invoke scripture, I'm not using it as an inflexible book. I use the Bible as a book of magic. Multiple religions and spiritual systems use the Bible, but they use them in different ways. It does not matter that your open enemy has tampered with it and left certain parts out and used different translations. There's still remnants of magic in it because many of the mythologies, many of the principles, many of the keys were stolen from ancient Black spiritual systems, and they just renamed it. Watch this. But the Sunday school version will do. Joseph had a whole bunch of brothers, and almost all of them wanted to kill him. Y'all hit that thumbs up button, share. Y'all know nobody got the notification, so you got to share. Y'all love to tell me about all these other people that you're mad at, but you don't want to sit out my link. Talk black to me. I don't suffer from low self-esteem. I don't need your subscriber or following if you ain't about that life over here with Vicki. If you are, I'm asking you to share. Now let me help you. Somebody say Sunday school. We're going to Sunday school. You don't need to be no Christian for you to get this lesson. But I don't use that's the white man's book. Slowness, you read the newspaper, don't you? People who got lifestyles you don't agree with, people who are all kind of have different political persuasions, religious persuasions, writing the newspaper, and you go quoting the paper like it's the Bible or the Quran or the Emerald tablets or one of the other sacred books. Sit down somewhere. Missing the forest for the trees. Everything the white man touches is a hot mess, including money. But you still clean it off and know what to do with it, right? Let's go to Sunday school. There's a story of this man named Joseph. He was considered to be the favorite of his father. He had a whole bunch of other brothers. How many brothers did he have, somebody? How many brothers did Joseph have? Somebody put it in the chat. Joseph at the time was the youngest, and he didn't end up having a younger brother, I believe, named Benjamin, if I haven't mistaken. Watch this. Joseph's brother, somebody said 11. Joseph's brother wanted him dead, except for what? I think maybe one or two. Watch this. ATM African said that they just shared it on Facebook. Thank you for sharing it, beloved. Everybody else share, retweet, thumbs up. Watch this. Joseph's brothers wanted him dead. One of the brothers talked him out of killing him and said, hey, let's just sell him for a few pieces of silver into captivity. And what's Egypt? What the Bible calls Egypt. That Bible story, at least. Watch this. Yosef ben Israel said a total of 12. Watch this. So they sold Joseph into captivity instead of killing him. While Joseph was sold into captivity, while he was there, he was accused of a crime he didn't commit. He was accused of rape. So while he's in the land of captivity, he ends up being in prison in the land of captivity. While he's in prison, two people that worked for Pharaoh at the time, in other words, two people that worked inside the government, ended up being in prison while they were under investigation. I'm taking you to Sunday school. I'm trying to get you to learn a principle here, because me talking regular logic don't help y'all sometimes. Two of the people that worked in the government while they were under investigation had a dream. Watch this. Both of them had a dream. Joseph accurately interpreted both of their dreams. He told one, you're going to die. He told the other one, you're going to live. The one he told that was going to live, that worked for the government, he said, you're going to be restored to your position with the Pharaoh. And guess what? Joseph's prophecies came to pass. Joseph told the government worker, remember me and help get me out of here. But guess what? It's written. It says that the man who Joseph interpreted the dream for forgot all about Joseph for 2 whole years. Listen. So Joseph is sold into captivity into a land that's not his own. While he's in the land of captivity, he's also then accused of a crime, a felony that he didn't commit. So he's in prison in the land of captivity. While he's in prison, he just so happens to have direct contact with 2 high-level government workers. He interprets their dream. One dies, one lives. The other one is restored to the government. He asks him to put a good word in to Pharaoh, and the man forgot for 2 years. But guess what happened? We in Sunday school today. Watch this. What happened? Pharaoh had a dream, and none of his Harvard or Howard degreed government workers could interpret it. Let me help you, you haters. Well, I'm talking about you haters. Those of you, little hip-hop legend rapper who's been attacking me lately. What's his name? Honestly, God, I forgot. What's the little rapper's name that's been attacking me lately? I done forgot his name. God is my witness. I forgot. For real, for real. Somebody remind me who he is. Talib, thank you, First Work Media. Talib Kweli, God today, these forgettables. Thank you, sincere to God. Talib Kweli been attacking me. Watch this. I forgot he existed until Ye put him in a post recently. I said I forgot he existed. God is my witness, no disrespect. So when Ye put Talib in one of his posts recently, that's what made me even think about him to look to see what he's talking about. So before I jump to conclusions, I like to research. Watch this. When I did a little bit of research, I commented, hadn't heard of the man, seen him in God knows how long, years. I ain't thought of him. I believe it is. Literally, I think I made 2 sentences, y'all. The long and short of it was just basically me telling him we don't need his advice on Ye. Watch this. He puts up 2 full-fledged posts on your sister with the following of 1.1 million people, made 2 posts of me, including, I want to say maybe a 12, 13, 14-year article regarding my fight with the feds. Lied and said I was trolling and harassing him because I made that comment. What are we going to do with you juicy, sensitive men who talk more than any woman I know? Who dog black women more than anybody I know? Who lies and slanders? Why would you dog and talk about America's unjust, racist, criminal justice system when you take the white man's record that they made of us and use it against us? How many of you devils out there have made YouTube videos on your sister with the curly braids and used erroneously the white man's words against me while I'm fighting? And that very federal case, what's on the docket, what's on the record shows some of the evidence I had against them, my fight, the unjust trial, and you go quoting them? You are fakes and frauds. Some of y'all been wilding out over what Ye said recently. Excuse me. Y'all hit that thumbs up button. Share, share, share. I did a broadcast the other day on Charlamagne, the God, the Breakfast Club, Charlamagne the God. Before Nore of Drink Champs, for those of you that don't know, is a large drunken podcast. God, that's all. I mean, it's a drunken podcast. They on there drinking and talking crazy. And it's a popular drunk show. God, today, inebriated, whatever word you like to use. Watch this. I did a show, broadcast showing how Charlamagne, before they brought on Ye, Charlamagne contacted him and told him, don't bring him on. What do we need enemies for when you black-looking Negroes are running interference behind the scene telling other folks not to give us a platform? What, are you afraid of the truth? And if he's lying, you ought to have the wherewithal to be able to combat it. Where they do that at? I don't want to get off in that. Just go watch that broadcast on VickiDillard.tv. You'll see what I said. So, all y'all been out there running, talking crazy, talking about how he needs to shut up and how Ye is missing it and all the stuff. You telling me everything you claim he doing that's wrong. I brought up the roaches. I brought up the raid. I brought up Terminex, pest control. And I said that Ye is being used as pest control. And I brought up Joseph for this reason. Sunday school. Watch this. Joseph, who's now a felon in the land of captivity, is called upon by the king because after 2 years, the Pharaoh had a dream, and none of the Howard or Harvard educated government leaders could interpret it. That's when the inside government worker remembered Joseph and said, oh, Pharaoh, I remember my sin. I was supposed to tell you about this man who was very powerful that I was locked up with. He accurately interpreted my dreams. Nobody all throughout the government could figure out the interpretation. None of their education, none of their nothing could crack the code. Their earthly knowledge was capped. Their earthly degree was just that. It was a degree. So they had to go get a felon. They cleaned him up, brought him before Pharaoh. He interpreted the dream, and then he gave him a spiritual strategy that caused Egypt to be in abundance for 7 years. They stored up for 7 years, and they were in abundance for 7 more years when the rest of the surrounding area was experiencing a famine. So the rest of the surrounding geographical area was experiencing famine. They had to come to Egypt, where Joseph was in captivity, and where Joseph gave the king an economic strategy that saved the nation and ultimately the world surrounding that area. Why am I bringing that up? Joseph's brothers led their father to believe that he was dead. They took his coat, they put the blood of an animal on it to make his father believe that he was attacked by an animal without telling him that he sold him off into captivity. Watch this. That's where you hear the phrase, the scripture that says what the quote unquote devil meant for evil, God uses for good. Vicki, what does this have to do with Kanye, formerly known as Kanye? Do you think that Joseph's brothers' motives, their evil motives mattered? Let my people think. I said it did not matter the evil motives of Joseph's brother. Spirit pimped his brothers. They used his brother's evil intentions to shift him into a land that ultimately saved his family's life and the surrounding world of Egypt at that time. So all y'all talking about, well, he said this, why he doing it. And he said that's why he's doing it. You are missing the higher government. When you're not tapped in spiritually, when you're not tapped in cosmically, and right now, do you all know that we're in an eclipse season? Some of you don't know that different planets and different energies have an impact and influence on what's happening on Earth. Right now, the way the planets are moving, the way the celestial realm is moving, is having big impact in government and big money. You need to join VickiPlanet.com to get in on the know on that. And I am no specific astrological expert. I'm a master channeler. So when spirit tells me information, I share it and people get results. And that's just it. So for those of you that don't understand, it's not that Ye's pimping us. It's that spirit is pimping him. Why, Vicki? Because spirit needs an effective Terminex pest control to pull out the unseen rodents that are hiding in the cracks and crevices. And you official Negroes, you are too cowardly or too slow to do it. You're welcome. I don't care if you like it. I don't care if you believe it or not. I don't care if what I'm saying is different from what everybody else is saying. It's okay. You should be thankful that spirit is bringing other knowledge and wisdom so that you can have a holistic perspective and we can always have the edge. No civilization that was actually great ever dominated and did anything great without some kind of spiritual prophet, practitioner, shaman, or something of the sort. You're welcome. So I call, no disrespect to Ye, I call Ye pest control because he is what the spirit, the divine is using to pull out the hidden pests. And when I say pest, I'm specifically talking about anti-Black economic forces. Don't twist up my words or who I'm talking about. Just like I call out Black-looking white supremacists in society, I call out Roland, I call out Joyless Reed, I call out Don Lemon, I call out Simone Sanders, linebacker, I call out the press secretary, Kareem Jean-Pierre. But I'm sure not fixing to let our open enemies directly get away with it. Talk black to me, somebody. We can be very respectful. And if the shoe fit, wear it. If you ain't the one we talking about, why all of y'all got your underwear in a bunch? Why you mad if he's specifically talking about a group of people? By the way, let me say this. There are many Blacks that are Jews. Yes? The original Hebrews from which Judaism is an offshoot of were Black. We are the original people. So no Black person is disrespecting any group of people. Watch this. But Judaism is a religion, not a race. So if I'm talking about Christians, nobody gets upset when you say certain Christians or Christians over there doing X, Y, and Z. That's just a label, just like you would use for Republican or Democrat. It's a reason why people are trying to conflate them with race. I'm going to leave that alone. Don't use a J word in my chat. We're showing nothing but respect. And I don't want my words twisted. Now, let me show you this clip. I ain't even talked about this newspaper. The Hill, which is considered to be supposedly an unbiased news outlet. They supposed to be keeping the Republicans in line, and they supposed to be keeping the Democrats in line. Well, they sitting there running interference for who? Charlamagne the God. What happened? My tweet that has right now 1.1 million views, where I was one of the ones that exposed a video clip of Charlamagne talking about how them folks control stuff. The same stuff. Remember, he came out and called Ye a Nazi. Charlamagne has been accused of sexual crimes, which I didn't get off into all that with him. I'm not here to prosecute him, but y'all don't have none of that smoke for him. But Charlamagne called him a Nazi. The man that gave money for George Floyd's family, the man that has a school, the man that's doing computer stuff and technological stuff, the man that's been exposed anti-Black predators that Michael Jackson had a problem with and Brent had a problem with. Really, y'all? Really? That's how we doing this? Not Vicki. The Hill sends a whole Karen this morning to differentiate between what Charlamagne said exactly the same thing that Ye said. They're explaining why Charlamagne isn't anti-Semitic, but Ye is. Keep in mind, this is the same America that accused Dr. King, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Minister Farrakhan, and almost every black man moving and breathing, and a couple of black women of being that too. Talk black to me. I tweeted to Charlamagne this morning and to the Hill. I told the Hill, give me credit for that clip you took. Vicki, how you know they used your tweet? Because y'all can see where I turned down the volume on the video, because normally I let my team give me videos because I don't know what I'm doing technologically. So the video tweet is a struggle video tweet. So right on the video that they used is where you see me moving the volume button, because I captured it while I did the video. Now, I understand there are times where there are video clips that we share where you don't know where it came from, but I always leave in, most times, the if they did it. I say most times because if they have the credit inside the video that I clip, I leave it there because I like to give credit to whom credit is due. The reason I'm specifically telling you all the demand that the Hill publicly credit Vicki is because there are forces that's trying to bury the voice of your sister, black and white. And the reason I'm specifically telling them to credit my little tweet that went viral, say my name. It'd be different. They couldn't find out who it was. Somebody say my name. So you can tag the Hill and say, do a video saying that this is Vicki Dillard Vicki on Twitter, and follow her page, by the way. Talk black to me. I want y'all to watch this clip. I'm not going to show you the whole thing because using the J word, and y'all know these platforms let the white outlets get away with saying it all day long. So I'm not going to show you everything, and I'm not going to use that word all the time. I'd rather you hear them say it. Talk black to me, somebody, than me using it. We got to be wise out here. Talk black to me. Instagram. Y'all up in here heavy on Instagram. Instagram, come on over to VickiDillard.tv. VickiDillard.tv, or come to Vicki Dillard TV on YouTube and tell everybody you know to follow me there. Mwah. Now I'm getting ready. Let me put this up because I want you all to see real fast, real quick. I'm going to skip through. I'm not about to show you everything. I'm just not about to do that. Let me take these gloves off. I'm trying to be extracurricular cute, and I can't even hit the screen good. So I got to pull off the cute little glove, y'all. I got to pull one of the gloves out. While I'm doing that, everybody hit the thumbs up button for me. Everybody hit the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. What I need you to understand, hold on, y'all. Okay, here I go. I'm getting ready to pull it up here. Thumbs up, share, 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 y'all. I'm doing this live. Talk black to me. Here we go. Shout out to my Instagram family. My Instagram family said, Vicki, you can't be stopped. I know that's right, beloved. Every time people try to stop me, people working behind the scenes, doing little funny, strange stuff, networks that have reached out to me to do stuff, and come to find out people behind the scenes trying to undermine your sister. Let me tell y'all something. I work with an invisible host. I am 43 years of age, about to be 44. soon. Come January 2nd. Talk black to me, somebody. I'm born for this time. The warfare I went through was for this time. Talk black to me. When you shut one door, 10 doors, Spirit gonna open up another one that's more effective in different ways. You can't stop the seed of my word and my power or the people that I'm raising up for such a time as this. I'm patient. Talk black to me. These curly braids, hair all over the place. Get to where you're going, Vicki. Copyright Act of 1976, allowances made for purposes such as fair use, criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit education or personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. Let me tell you something. So many of you all told me you told the Breakfast Club to have me on. So many of you have told me other outlets that you said, bring Vicki on, bring Vicki on. Let me tell y'all something. I don't lose no sleep over nothing. Did you hear what I'm saying? I don't lose no sleep over nothing. I'm not surprised that they haven't had me on, and I ain't tripping about them, because I'm not going to switch up my commentary and my truth for nobody. But while certain doors seem to be closed, Spirit will allow a tweet to hit 1 million. That same tweet is what's used in print publications. That's why it's going viral. Spirit will find another way. So I'm sure Charlamagne never thought for 1,000,000 years that nobody outside of a few hundred, 100,000 people or so, several 100,000 people would hear and listen to Vicki. Talk black to me. But Spirit will find another way. So to prove the power of the seed of my word on Twitter, you got to heal a whole white woman by the name of Batya Ungar-Sargon. The pronunciation is from the dictionary. I acquiesce to that. All of your super chats are blessed 1,000-fold. Every one of you that regularly give throughout the week to my Cash App at $OPWVICKI. Those of you that give on PayPal at On Purpose at ymail, the letter ymail.com. Those of you that send me gifts to my P.O. box, all of your gifts are blessed 1,000-fold. Thank you all so much for supporting me financially and through gifts and other means. You have no idea how much that blesses and assists us, and just know your gifts are blessed. Spirit knows it and sees it. Watch this. I tweeted to Charlamagne this morning. I said, anytime you got Karen defending you, Charlamagne, that means one or both of y'all in trouble. Anytime it's Becky to the rescue, anytime Becky is out there actually trying to defend a black looking man, you in trouble. Both of y'all. One or both of y'all in trouble. Hush, Vicki, and get on, because the people want to see the clip. This is a 13-minute clip, which I'm not going to play the whole thing, because this white woman and this white network she on the Hill is using the J word every 2 seconds. So I'm not going to play it over and over again. I'm not going to say it myself over and over again. I'm going to let you hear a little bit of it, and then I'm going to cut it off. But I want you to just hear a little bit of it to get to the point. Watch this.
Of rapper Ye West's anti-Semitism scandal, and Ye, formerly known as Kanye, just keeps doubling down. Since tweeting his intention to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people.
Let's stop with that. When he tweeted that, everybody knows by a simple Google that that term is a military term about readiness. He immediately, without them asking him to apologize for the misspelling. Y'all know darn well, many people, the thing about social media has exposed all kind of people that flunk spelling in school, in English class. Talk black to me. Y'all know darn well, some of you been out here pronouncing words and spelling them all kind of wrong. The same with Kanye, formerly Kanye. Let me say his name right, Ye. He immediately came out and said he misspelled that and he was wrong for that. And he said for any confusion, he wanted to but he meant DEFCON and DEFCON 3. Y'all know darn well no black person in America has any history of going ham on white people. And without y'all asking him to apologize, he immediately fixed that and said he misspelled that. And for any confusion, he calls with that he wanted to fix.
On to blast the Jewish media, Jewish doctors, and quote.
Every word she's using is the J word, so I'm finna skip. Again, white media gets away with it with no problem, but I'd rather her say it than me, but I'm still skipping.
Showed reporters a spreadsheet of Jewish media executives at top entertainment corporations. Quote, I didn't realize that it was anti-Semitic to say, hey, you know, I have a Jewish attorney, I have a Jewish record label, I have a Jewish contractor, West told reporters last weekend. He's right. It's not anti-Semitic to say those things. And while a person...
Watch this. We don't need white people to tell us what's anti-Semitic and not. Y'all want to take a breath of fresh air. Y'all want to take a sigh of relief. Y'all want to breathe easy now that this whole white Karen done pronounced what he said not anti-Semitic. No, I'm the original woman. I'm your mama, lady. I've been said it wasn't nothing. So it wasn't nothing when I said it wasn't nothing. Talk black to me. Let's just be clear. We knew it wasn't anti-Semitic when we said it wasn't. Just because Charlamagne is bought and pimped, just because Sean King, funny looking self that's out there tweeting and going in on Ye, you got Mark Lamonte Hill, and yes, I call him Lamonte in all loving kindness. Mark Lamonte Hill, Dr. Cornel West, and Sean King, excuse me, I said it wrong, Sean King, have a history of talking about Palestine and Israel. They love to speak boldly and forcefully about them way over there. Somebody put a globe in the chat. But y'all ain't got nothing to say about them folks right here on stateside. Y'all ain't got nothing to say about them folks that Michael Jackson called out stateside. Y'all got something to say about Israel and Palestine. Dr. Cornel West, Sean King. And Mark Lamont Hill. Y'all talking about all the way over there, but you ain't gonna call it stateside. Stateside, no, stateside. Something wrong with that picture.
Might need to be an anti-Semite to find the time to compile an Excel spreadsheet with all the names of Jewish executives in the entertainment industry.
Did you hear what she said? This white woman said you might be an anti-Semite if you spend the time to prove on an Excel sheet all of the people that he named that's working against him. We can't take Karen's type of thinking.
It's not anti-Semitic to point out the fact that there are a lot of them. As Professor Wilfred Riley pointed out last week in our discussion about crime, facts can't be racist. The problem isn't that Ye pointed out that a lot of executives are Jewish. It's that he believes that their Jewishness is an important factor in their positions, their success, and the influence they wield.
Shut up, Karen. These are the same Karens thinking that diagnosed your black sons and daughters, got them on Ritalin and all them other drugs at 6, put them in special ed classes in the short bus, and started and instigated the school, the pipeline, prison pipeline. That's that Karen thinking. Remember, I taught you I gave you historical evidence of the WKKK. The WKKK is the women's Ku Klux Klan. They were considered to be more influential than the KKK themselves, because it was the white women that not only made the uniforms for the Ku Klux Klan to torture you, but once they started the women's auxiliaries and chapters of the WKKK all over the country, they were the most dangerous, and they actually used the word poison to talk about the white women because they used the PTA. They used religion and dogma, programming to seep into society, to make the way the white supremacists think take a stronghold on the minds throughout all society. They were the teachers that you gave your most precious possessions to in the most formidable years of their lives, the first 7 years of your child's life. You gave them to Becky. Vicki, were you in public school? Yes. But thank God, my Mississippi mama, for a few years, my Mississippi daddy, who's passed on now, may he rest in power, while I was still in federal custody, that my Mississippi grandparents taught us at home too. History, Black history, they modeled it, and they also taught us spirituality and the Blackness that was in the book. In other words, my Black mama, my Black daddy and them, for a time, and my Black grandparents helped to debrief us. And they exposed us to other things that didn't keep us with a corrupted mind. And one of my siblings, one of my brothers, the school tried to put him in, special ed. Called my mama up to the school, and my mama doesn't have a personality like mine. God, today, let's just leave it like that. But my little sweet mama talked Black to me with her, the opposite of Vicki Dillard. Will check you and crush you with my words. See, some of you don't understand. I have to hold back the power not to crush you. God, today. I show grace and mercy when I don't engage in your foolishness. That's grace and mercy, so I don't destroy you. God. I know what I pack. I show grace and mercy. Funny looking self. So my little sweet, little kind, little quiet little mama, listen to them white people tell her about her Black son and putting him in special ed classes and trying to talk about medicine, all this kind of stuff. And my sweet little mama, sweet, don't talk, smiled and said no. Didn't get in no argument, didn't scream and holler, didn't give nobody no kind of history lessons. Look, Mama Dillard, somebody say Mama D, just with a smile, patience. Let them do all the talking. She didn't offer nothing. She didn't offer no facts, nothing. Just listen like she was listening. She listened like she was listening. Nodded and smiled. Looked like a good, sweet little Christian. Talk like to me. And when it was all over, look, all right then. Okay. Well, what do you think, Miss Dillard? Okay. Right. No. Somebody say the wisdom of Mother Dillard. See, some of you guys think you got to be deep and out. No, just smile and listen and nod. Fan. Smile. Don't interrupt. Look agreeable. And after they spend all them months and Sundays talking, okay, all right then. All right, this was awesome. Well, what do you know? All right then. Okay, all right then. This is the same Becky that try to coerce. This is the same thinking. So this is going to sit up here and defend you, Charlamagne. You in trouble. I bet you Charlamagne didn't think Vicki, nothing I was saying was finna pass two people.
There's a difference between saying the executives I've dealt with have been Jewish, a fact, and saying Jewish record labels get paid off to promote genocide against Black people, which is something Ye has said. There's a difference between saying that Jewish organizations like the Anti-Defamation League pushed Adidas to break ties with Kanye, a fact, and saying,
a fact, she said, a fact.
As Kanye did, that the term Jewish media is a redundant statement, suggesting that media is a coordinated Jewish enterprise that's out to get him. There's a difference between pointing out that your doctor and trainer are Jewish.
This is so condescending to have a white woman sit there and tell a Black man what they're thinking. And as a Black woman, I find it absolutely outrageous that any Karen would fix her lips or try to activate any of the neurotransmitters in what they call a brain in the upper region of one's neck to try to explain what a Black looking man who has been corrupted by a white woman he married and her family, which no disrespect, that's what you get. And tried to pull us in your baby mama drama. You did, yay. You did. You did. But I separate the baby mama drama from the other entities and forces that our brother is saying are predatory. I see all of your gifts. All of your gifts are blessed 1,000-fold. Shout out to Miss Hazina. Miss Hazina is one of my most faithful supporters and one of my spiritual students. Walaikum salam to my other sister. Who was that? I think it was a sister. SM, whoever, SM5981. I'm not trying to ignore you guys, but all of your gifts are blessed 1,000-fold. Watch this. This is condescending. Why? Do you know this woman came out this morning before Charlamagne even addressed what I unleashed last week and a couple of others unleashed? He hadn't even formally responded to it, and already the white one is out there. You in trouble. Who runs you, Charlamagne? When this white woman trying to say you ain't anti-S.
And accusing them of colluding with the media because they and the media are part of the same ethnicity as Ye did. These may seem like small distinctions, but they really aren't. They are the difference between the truth, which can never be racist, and the kind of conspiratorial thinking that led to the biggest atrocities in human history.
You hear what she said? The biggest atrocity in human history. We as Black folks were forced to learn about the Jewish Holocaust, and we acknowledge that that was demonic. We acknowledge it was wrong. Do you agree, family? But how can white folks keep telling us the worst atrocity in human history when historians argue that the German Holocaust lasted anywhere from 5 to 12 years? But the Black Holocaust is still going on, and we have not received reparations. America, who Hitler copied. Hitler copied America's torture on Black folks to exact on the German people. Yes? Once y'all was done warring because of what he did to them, America sent money and troops, money and people to help rebuild the country that they tore up. The world sent construction workers and resources to rebuild it. Where do they do that at? I said, don't use the J word in my chat, Donald. You may not have been here, beloved. Do not use the J word in my chat, family. No disrespect. Please do not use the J word in my chat. We don't have to appear to hate on nobody or trip. I'm defending the fact that they're not calling on Charlemagne to be canceled. They're not cutting his contracts. So I'm trying to show you why the hypocrisy. I'm trying to show you who owns Charlemagne. Whose political prostitute is he? Whose social prostitute does Charlemagne belong to? If he said the same thing as Ye, why isn't he being called to cancel? To be canceled? Now do you understand, family? Instead, they're defending him.
Never racist to point out fact. The definition.
Now let's stop with the word racist. I got to say this. Notice how they keep calling a religion a race. Why do y'all keep doing that? You're trying to conflate the different oppressive things that we've been through with other folks. And this is a problem because you all want to act like we're attacking a religion when in fact we are attacking anti-Black forces hiding under the color of your religion. So you hide behind your religion so that you can continue to exact anti-Black practices and not be called out. You want us to conflate those who have had a hand in our oppression and say you're the oppressed. We acknowledge what happened to you in Germany. The question is, why aren't you acknowledging what still happening to us for longer than any of your people ever experienced? And we haven't gotten reparations. America and the world gave you reparations, and that didn't even happen in America. Where they do that at? America said they conducted a war to stop the atrocities that happened for y'all. Didn't they turn around and help rebuild the infrastructure? But the black folks that made the infrastructure of America, created America, don't get nothing. Watch this. And the black people that fought against the Nazis, you made black women serve white racist Nazis in America. You made your American black soldiers, you forced them not to eat in the same military mess halls, but Nazi captors were able to eat in the mess halls with white American soldiers. Black women were soldiers and nurses, and black women were forced to serve the Nazis. And black men who fought your wars were not allowed to eat in the military mess halls, but the Nazi, those that were captured, especially domestic side, got to sit there and eat with white men? Y'all gonna sit there and play me? Y'all wanna play us like this and act like the Nazis were the worst when they copied and they were devils? But the Nazis, Hitler got his playbook from American torture against black people, using black men and women soldiers to serve white Nazis. I'm skipping past this mess with her funny looking self.
Dread White Lives Matter, which actually started the whole downward spiral. So the older video of Charlamagne was circulating on Twitter as...
Let me stop. Somebody just said Ukraine. What about Ukraine, Vicki? Ukraine literally has Nazis over there where our billions of black American tax dollars in part going there to help Nazi Ukraine. Right now. Not 100 years ago, I said right now. America, you can't tell us nothing. You think I'm finna talk about Ye, stupid? Y'all think I'm finna cry about what Ye is saying when America is sending billions of dollars to Nazi Ukraine? Now, today, in your day and time, not in your great-great-great-great-grandmama's time. Somebody say Ukraine. Where allegedly, Joe Biden and his family allegedly has some conflicts and some monetary interests. Allegedly. You think I got any words for Ye, stupid? What's wrong with y'all? Is there anything to talk about when Ukraine got Nazis? And America is okay with sending billions of dollars. Y'all, what? What did, I can't say the word. I won't say the word. I can, but I won't. What did Jay say in his song? Ninja who? Ninja what? Ninja who? Ninja what? Ninja who? Ninja what?
Alleged evidence of hypocrisy, but I would argue that it's proof of the opposite. The video of Charlamagne shows someone who hasn't succumbed to anti-Semitic sentiments struggling with facts that he's worried might seem anti-Semitic. So let's take a look at that video.
Do you hear this whole Karen that y'all put your little black babies in their arms of? He's worried that his words look and sound like they're anti-Semitic, but he's so worried. Whoever Karen coddles, you better be careful.
We don't have no power. No matter what we do, we can all click up. We don't have no...
This my video that the Hill clipped and didn't give me credit for. Everybody tag the Hill on Instagram. If they on Facebook, I know they on Instagram for sure because I done tagged them before. They on Twitter. Y'all tag the Hill and say, do a video crediting Dillard Vicki on Twitter for that clip.
That has holds any weight. And don't think you don't hold no weight. We don't have no organization that holds no weight. You can't
watch.
We don't have no power.
Wait.
No matter what we do, we can all click up. We don't have no organization that holds any weight.
Look at that video.
Look at the video.
We don't have no power.
Y'all see that line?
No matter what we do, we can.
The volume line is my video on Twitter. That's how you know for 1,000% certainty. Again, if you couldn't find, for example, some of the places I clip stuff from, if the credits are not available, you can't find it, then that's one thing. I'm telling you, they're intentionally trying to shut out my voice, Vicki Dillard from the Black Grassroots. So we're going to intentionally make them credit me. I ain't studying the rest of them folks.
Click up. We don't have no organization that holds any weight. And don't think you don't hold no weight. We don't have no organization that holds no weight. You can't speak bad about a Jewish person because they have organizations and they're a close-knit group of people in power who will bring you down. Same thing with gays. You can't say nothing bad about gays because they move as a unit. Black people don't have that. I love Jewish people. They're powerful. I don't want them to misconstrue anything I'm saying or take anything I'm saying the wrong way. So I would much rather not even have this conversation. I have a lot of great Jewish people in my corner. I have a Jewish conglomerate. Yeah, absolutely. You know why there's not a lot of Jewish rappers? Because there's Jewish owners and Jewish CEOs. They run these labels. They're the bosses. That's why.
This lady named Batya Ungar-Sargon, spelled BATYAUNGAR-Sargon, SARGON. Tag her funny looking self. Say, Becky, say my name. She's defending him. He said more, y'all, but that's most of the clip. He has not said anything that differentiates himself from Ye, only he articulated even better. He went so far as to say they run the music industry, the labels. He said that there's a conglomerate, but nobody is calling for him to be canceled. Nobody is bragging about how he's losing everything. And I'm asking why? That's it. Who's prostitute, political, social, media prostitute that Charlamagne belonged to? I went on their comments to comment, and I said to the Hill, I said, no, because Charlamagne is apologetic. If you go to Twitter, y'all, and look at my tweet, you will see Charlamagne starts to sweat, and he literally gets out his napkin to wipe the sweat off his face because he's so afraid. I can't do nothing. Black society can't do nothing with a scared to death Negro. It's the fear, and not even just the words that he said, that should be concerning to you all. He feared them like he was trembling before a goddess. And they're running out to defend him already. They have an understanding that he didn't mean nothing by it. They saw my tweet that went viral, used it. Over the weekend, formulated the little commentator, Batya Ungar-Sargon, who they going to have to defend him so that the people that he's talking about don't come for him and don't treat him like they're treating Ye and can corrupt the black mind so that we can think it's different. No, it's what I said. Karen Batya Ungar-Sargon. I don't want to hear what you think about it and what your analysis is. I'm the mama. I don't have a whole lot of bragging that I do on the Obamas, but the one thing I'll say about Michelle Obama before her husband was pronounced the president of the United States, when they was dogging her, remember they was trying to say that Michelle Obama runs her husband. She said these words, which I thought were profound in the newspaper. She said, I have an unwavering belief in my own intelligence. I have an unwavering belief in my own intelligence. So y'all went for Vicki Dillard, snapped the tweet that I was highlighting, 1.1 million views, to hurry up and run out to defend Charlamagne. It's what I said. Now y'all understand why the big network's mad at Vicki? Now y'all understand why they come for me. They be in my DMs calling or they block me. Now y'all understand why they put out these little nasty things on your sister. It's the power of the seed of what I say. It ain't just what my subscribership is on one platform. Slowness. You understand now? I don't take your analysis, the hill. I have an unwavering belief in my own intelligence. And if any of you that's under the sound of my voice right now take comfort and breathe a sigh of relief because a white person said what I've been told you, or your other black brothers and sisters who've been saying similar things, shame on you.
So Charlemagne starts by making the claim that Black people don't have any power, any organization that really holds weight. He then goes on to say that because Jews and gay people have organizations that have power, if you say something bad about them as a group, those organizations will bring you down. In other words, his point is that Black people have no power, not that Jews or gays have too much. With these,
you see them demonic, irrelevant distinctions she's playing like exist? So she can separate the house Negro from the field Negro. Ye is the field Negro. Charlemagne is the house Negro. She's trying to protect the house Negro. Because the field Negro is a little too close to nature, which means they're a little wilder and they cannot be tamed like the house Negro can be. So as I said on their page, I said, so long as he polite with it, you make excuses for it. Because Charlemagne is domesticated. Charlemagne is domesticated. Charlemagne is domesticated. When they say sit, he sits. When they say jump, he says how high. When they tell Ye to sit, he go to biting. Stop to me. Somebody say Charlemagne is domesticated. I'm using an analogy. I ain't calling him an animal. I'm not calling him an animal. I ain't calling him an animal. I'm using an analogy.
What's on your radar, Bob?
Karen to the rescue. Charlemagne, who leash are you on, bruh? When you go to sweating, that's a humiliation in Black society for Charlemagne to sit there and sweat and keep trying to give all these extracurricular explanations and disclaimers and all of this other madness because he's scared of a group of people. Meanwhile, Charlemagne is on a platform that pushes anti-Black music, messages, people, places, and things. Nobody called for them to be canceled.
Power that harms the Black community. This is, of course, racist nonsense. If being an entertainment executive was the birthright of every Jew, there would be a lot fewer Jewish teachers and shopkeepers and social workers. Closer to the truth in another video. Watch.
I want my people to rise up like the Jewish people. I'm a competitor. And I'm jealous of the Jewish community. I'm jealous of the fact of how they don't abort their babies. I'm jealous of the fact of how they stay with their wives. I'm jealous of the fact of how they do business together. I'm jealous of the fact of how they read their contracts and understand their contracts. I'm jealous of the way Jewish people do business.
I actually find that video almost unbearable to watch because Ye's pain is so apparent. And he's right on some issues that Jews have fewer abortions and fewer single-parent homes, largely due to socioeconomic factors. Jews are more likely than the average American.
Socioeconomic factors, yes. Where did they get the money from? Batya Ungar-Sargon? This is what intelligent Black people are asking. This is what Michael Jackson was talking about. This is what Prince was talking about. I'm going to leave it alone for now. Don't put the J word in my chat, family, please. Thank you. The purpose of me doing this, and don't get mad at me saying, Vicki, why ain't you using the J word? No, use your head, family. I can still make my point without going there. I'd rather white people say it because the platforms let them get away with saying the word every 2 seconds. And this is not about denigrating any group, because Black folks are the most loving, kind, sweetest, empathetic people on the planet. So much so that Ye married one. God, today. How are you telling Black folks, who are the kindest, sweetest, empathetic people on the planet, who engage in non-violent acts that your people never did? No white group of people engaged in non-violence like Black folks that let their dogs bite the breast of Black women and the private parts of Black men because they're trying to vote and drink out of the same water fountain. They knew they were getting ready to spit on them and hit them upside the head and kill them, unleash the fire hoses on them because they said they want to use the same toilets. There's no group of people that has a history of allowing the oppressive class to mow down their people, and before their families are buried says, I forgive you. No, their motto is never again. And fresh new movies come out every year about something that happened over in Germany 100 years ago. Got reparations. The world gave reparations. They sent Black bodies to die and to serve the Nazis. And then America has the nerve to say, we ain't gonna give you reparations. You must be out of your mind. We don't listen to domesticated talking heads. Your media voices, family, who are who are corrupt, they're your false prophets. They're the ones that the scriptures call false prophets. These are not people that are in your irrelevant churches, mosques, and synagogues. These are your reporters who program you, which is why they call it programming. They are speaking to you, which is why they are the spell casters. But there's an alternative voice, such as mine, which is why they got to run out and try to give an analysis for you to listen to. How dare you listen to what they say over what I said? The big Black brain. We don't hate nobody. And we shouldn't have to jump through a whole bunch of hoops because our history proves it doesn't. We're not going to let you turn the tables and act like you, who are actually the oppressor, or certain people that's within your group who are actually the oppressors and are responsible for the destruction of the Black family and the theft of our resources. And then try to conflate it to be the oppressed. No, we acknowledge what your people went through over there between 5 to 12 years based on some estimates. We acknowledge it was hell. It was horrific. It is unjustifiable. We acknowledge that the Nazis and Hitler acted as Satan. Now you turn around and say that about us. Say it now. Say it. Tell us the same thing real quick. Say it. We would never disrespect anybody's hell because we understand it better than anybody else. So it is disrespectful for you to say anything otherwise. Why aren't they calling for Charlemagne to be canceled? For those of you that say that was almost 10 years ago, baby, pull up the article where Charlemagne in 2020, when Nick Cannon got in trouble, Charlemagne didn't want to go too far, and Charlemagne got in trouble because he said that those same people were powerful. Pull it up. Charlemagne got in trouble. I believe it was as recently as 2020, because I was one of the few people that went in on Nick Cannon's funny looking self. See, I'm happy I get to go. I'm happy. I discussed the Nick Cannon weakness over and over again. The Charlemagne weakness. Excuse me. I beg your pardon. What does this headline say? Charlemagne got in trouble in 2020. What does that headline say? You don't have to type it in the chat. I'm just rhetorically speaking. Charlemagne the God says Nick Cannon was fired. Why? Because those folks have the power. So as recently as 2020, Charlemagne was still acknowledging the same. But because he sweats, he said, yes, sir, master. When they tell him to jump, he jumps. And because he is on a platform that promotes anti-Black music and lyrics and people, they let him get away with it. Talk Black to me, somebody. Just a little food for thought. I can say so much more, but I'm going to leave it there. Tag the Hill and say Vicki Dillard's name. Say it loud and put a video out. Again, I'm in media. I know there are times where there are certain things I'm trying to clip where you cannot find the person to credit. But this is not the situation they're in. I've proven no limit of time that they use my tweet, but they're intentionally making sure that they don't say my name or credit me for it. The Hill say my name, and that little black girl, that's the lady, not girl, the black lady that sits on there, make her say it too. Don't forget, I did a broadcast recently. I did it on African Diaspora, and I think I did one here too, where recently the Hill News, the white boy on the Hill News, got the nerve to conflate the Nation of Islam with the modern neo-Nazis. How many of y'all saw that broadcast I did a few months ago? He compared the Nation of Islam with the neo-Nazis. Somebody said, where? Hold on one second. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share, 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 share. Let me see if I can find one of them. Talk Black to me. Y'all see this? 2 months ago, Vicki Dillard. Let me put the link in the chat for you. This one is actually one that shows I did on African Diaspora News. I told y'all, Vicki sees her message all over the place. Talk Black to me. You ain't never gonna keep me in restricted. You ain't never gonna keep me in Talk Black to me, even though people try to do it. Networks and people. Look in the chat, family. I'm putting the link in the chat. Y'all start pushing that link out. Everybody copy the link. And even when the broadcast is over, you can always rewind it back and you'll be able to see it. And in fact, I'm fixing to, would it let me pin it? So that way, I'm pinning it right now. So when you go back later, it should be pinned at the top. Yes, your sister with the curly braids. I did that recently. Recently meaning a couple of months ago. Yes. Yes, auntie. Funny looking self. And I was the one that was trying to get the Nation of Islam to realize that they was talking about her. So this one really should have gone viral, to tell you the truth. I'm always trying to be that watchman on the wall. Y'all see that? That's the one that said it. Somebody said they got it. Good. So make that go viral. Talk Black to me, somebody. Funny looking self. I'm your sister with the curly braids, Vicki Dillard. I love you so much. I've been here more than an hour and a half. Y'all, I got to go. That's in Mississippi. Love you so very much. Make sure you share this broadcast, family. Don't get upset, family. We do have to be wise. We do have to be strategic. We don't have to say everything just crazy, and don't be tripping about what Vicki go in. I do go in, but I don't have to say every single word because I'm trying to respect all of the platforms and the algorithms. So I let them say it themselves. The question we're asking is, why in the world would this white woman, before the weekend is over good, starting early Monday morning, already running interference for Charlemagne, who said the exact same thing, but to be honest, he articulated in an even better way than Ye did. Nobody's calling for him to be canceled. And as recently as 2020, he said that the Jays have the power. They said that's why Nick was fired. Nobody's calling for him to lose his job. Nobody's calling for him to lose his money. Charlemagne has a publishing company. Is it through Simon & Schuster? I believe it is. But he names it something else, but it's under there. He's the one that did that book deal for Tamika, and Tamika had Cardi B as one of the people that forward her book that's supposed to be about activism or political something or another. He's got the Black Effect Network. He's on all these other platforms. He's been accused of atrocious things. And I ain't going there with all that right now. I'm just simply saying, with all of that, ain't nobody calling for his. Who works for who? That's all. Watch the whole broadcast if you're just coming in, and if you think that somehow Vicki is a yay fan, a yay fan. Watch the entire broadcast so that you can be brought up to speed. I love you so much. I bow to you. You are my bliss. Go to my website, VickiPlan.com. Share this broadcast with you, dear family. I'm so grateful. I can't wait to see you again.